Overpowered isekai protagonists breaking reality? Sign me up. Today, we're counting down 6 addictive isekai anime where the main characters are stupidly strong, hilariously unstoppable, and absolutely perfect for binge watching. Let's dive in. Rolling into number 6, the wrong way to use healing magic. So here's the setup. Ken gets dragged into a fantasy world alongside 2 classmates, discovers he has healing magic, and thinks he's hit the jackpot. Plot twist. He gets recruited by Rose, a captain who's basically a sadistic drill sergeant with zero chill. She doesn't let him use healing magic the normal way. Nope. She turns him into a combat medic who punches monsters in the face while healing himself instantly. It's genuinely hilarious watching this wholesome kid get molded into an absolute unit who treats healing magic like a cheat code for immortality. The comedy's solid, the training montages hit different, and watching enemies realize they can't actually hurt him? Chefs, wait, no, it's genuinely satisfying. The anime doesn't take itself too seriously, which works perfectly because the entire premise is absurd. Ken's not throwing around flashy spells or one-shotting demon lords, but his sheer durability and unconventional fighting style make him ridiculously overpowered in the best way. It's a fun twist on the usual power fantasy formula. This is Emmaverse Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Charging into number 5, my instant death ability is so overpowered. Alright, strap in because this one's wild. Yogiri Takatu has the single most broken ability in anime history, instant death. Not almost instant, not charges up for 3 episodes. Instant. Point at something, think die, and it's done. Gods? Dead. Concepts? Dead. Plot armor? Absolutely annihilated. His classmates get transported to a fantasy world where they're supposed to struggle and grow, but Yogiri just casually breaks the entire power system by existing. The anime's self-aware about how ridiculous this is, and that's what makes it entertaining. Watching overly confident villains monologue about their grand plans only to drop dead mid-sentence never gets old. There's something deeply satisfying about an isekai protagonist who just doesn't care about the usual hero's journey nonsense. No training arcs, no dramatic power-ups, just pure unfiltered nope, you're dead now energy. The humor's dry, the stakes feel meaningless because nothing can threaten him. But honestly, that's the appeal. It's power fantasy turned up to 11 and fully committed to the bit. Breaking into number 4, my isekai life. I gained a 2nd character class and became the strongest sage in the world. Yuji's your typical corporate slave who gets isekai'd and immediately becomes a tamer and a sage simultaneously, which shouldn't be possible, but here we are. He tames adorable slimes that are secretly tactical nukes, learns magic at light speed, and accidentally becomes the strongest person alive while thinking he's just average. That's right, he's got the weight. I'm actually overpowered. Obliviousness down to an art form. The slimes are legitimately charming, especially when they're melting through monsters or casting high-level spells like it's no big deal. The anime leans into the cozy OP protagonist vibe, where Yuji's just trying to live peacefully, but keeps stumbling into world-threatening situations he solves with zero effort. It's satisfying watching him casually dismantle problems that would destroy normal adventurers. The pacing's relaxed, the power progression is ridiculous, and there's something enjoyable about a protagonist who's broken but doesn't have an ego about it. It's comfort food isekai, nothing groundbreaking, but sometimes you just want to watch someone be effortlessly strong without drama. Crashing into number 3, the strongest sage with the weakest crest. Here's where things get spicy. Matthias was the strongest sage in his previous life, but reincarnates thousands of years later because he wanted a better magic crest for casting spells. Sounds reasonable, right? Wrong. He wakes up in a future where humanity forgot how to use magic properly, and his ideal crest is now considered the worst one. The irony's delicious. Matthias proceeds to solo demons, school entire academies, and rewrite magical theory, while everyone around him's confused about how the weakest crest is demolishing everything. But trust me, number 3? It'll mess with your head in the best way possible. The anime's surprisingly clever about its power system. Matthias isn't just strong, he's methodical and strategic, treating combat like a science experiment. Watching him systematically dismantle opponents who underestimate him hits different. There's genuine satisfaction in seeing someone who knows they're the strongest prove it repeatedly without bragging. The animation during fight scenes pops off occasionally, and Matthias has this dry, confident energy that makes him entertaining. It's less accidental, overpowered hero and more reincarnated expert annoyed that everyone's wrong about magic. Dropping in at number 2, Vermeil in Gold. Alto's a Magic Academy student who accidentally summons Vermeil, a powerful demon who's been sealed away for centuries and is contractually bound to him through daily, let's call them mana transfers, that are definitely not just making out. Yeah, this one's spicy. Vermeil's absurdly powerful, like trivializes most threats powerful, but her strength is directly tied to Alto, making him indirectly overpowered by proxy. The dynamic's genuinely fun because Alto's a decent mage on his own, but with Vermeil backing him up, he's practically untouchable. She handles combat while teasing him relentlessly, and their chemistry carries the show. The anime doesn't pretend to be deeper than it is. It's a power fantasy with romantic tension and some surprisingly solid action sequences. Vermeil obliterating threats while being playfully possessive creates this entertaining contrast. Sure, there's fan service, you knew that going in, but it's balanced with actual plot progression and character development. Alto grows throughout the series, and watching their partnership evolve is satisfying. It's not reinventing the genre, but it knows exactly what it wants to be and executes it well. And finally, number 1, the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Seika was betrayed and murdered despite being the strongest exorcist in his world. So he reincarnates in a fantasy realm and decides he's done being everyone's savior. His new life plan? Keep his head down and enjoy a peaceful existence. Naturally, that lasts about 5 minutes. Seika's still ridiculously overpowered. He's got his previous life's exorcism techniques that fantasy world monsters have zero defense against, plus he's learning their magic system on top of it. Double power sets mean double the destruction. What makes this number 1 is Seika's personality. He's not naive or heroic anymore. He's jaded, strategic, and willing to be ruthless when necessary. There's character depth here that elevates it beyond typical OP protagonist fare. He forms genuine bonds with his companions, navigates political intrigue, and gradually rediscovers purpose without losing that edge. The action's clean, the plot actually builds tension despite his overwhelming strength, and watching him combine Eastern exorcism techniques with Western fantasy magic creates visually interesting battles. It balances power fantasy with actual storytelling, giving you both the satisfaction of watching an unstoppable force and caring about what happens next. That's rare in this genre, and that's why it's number 1. And there you have it. 6 isekai anime where overpowered doesn't mean boring. Which protagonist would you want backing you up in a fantasy world? Drop your picks in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe for more anime deep dives. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time!